StreamingLiveAcademy.com. Welcome, where all the action happens live. Get it? StreamingLiveAcademy.com.
But it's a pre-recorded video.
It is.
It's happening live for us.
Now, for now.
For now.
For now.
One day, it'll reach that level of, it'll transcend. Oh, I need to get my timer going so we don't go above the 30-minute line. So guys, how's your day going? Besides what we've spoken before?
Amazing.
Good.
Good. Okay. Big events in Jaybur's life. Pokimane became digital. She transcended. And
That was an interesting move, yeah.
That was good. That's marketing 1.2 for you.
The new Pokimane. Devoid of her human flaws.
I am sure that in 1 week I will 100% see hentai videos of Pokimane on Pornhub. I'm freaking sure about it.
You didn't hear that, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't hear it from StreamingLiveAcademy.com.
Yeah, I might just cut that out.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We were all thinking.
I think we all knew that.
You just said it.
He said what was on everybody's mind. Okay, let me help you guys so you don't have blue light. See the difference?
Yeah, there's a big difference.
There you go. No blue light
now
for our
I
viewers.
Now I can call myself a fluoride. Now I have 4 glasses. Cool.
Okay, so today's topic, it won't stay there, is... Want to hit it, Luke?
Oh, me. Okay. Why?
Pressure.
Push up?
Push up. Pressure.
Why most channels can't reach 1,000 views, follows, subs.
Yep.
Break the 1,000 mark.
Yes. Break it.
Like the sound barrier.
What is your opinion, guys? We know that the majority of channels on not only Twitch but even on YouTube, like the vast majority, we speak about the 94-95% of all of the channels, they don't actually reach the 1,000 mark. Why is that?
I would say one aspect, I would say, is probably consistency to some degree. They try it doesn't work within a couple of days, weeks. Sometimes it takes for people a year or two to get to 1,000, and they're not consistent. They're just not following through with it. They want it now, they want it yesterday, and it's just not the way it works.
And I think too, they find out that it's I think majority would probably find out that it's a consistent hobby that you're gonna keep going with, and I think number one also would be they realize it's work. It's not just fun all the time.
Right.
I think that's what I've taken away from my. I mean, I started content creating as a hobby in January, and people don't realize how much work goes into it behind the scenes. They see the videos and they see the posts, they see the streams, but there is a lot of work, time consuming. I mean, my last video for the website, you know, that took me what, 2 days to do. Okay, I did it in 2 5-hour blocks, but
10 hours.
Yeah.
So for you guys, big question. In the last 5 years, between now and 5 years ago, okay, is it easier to become content creators and create content and quality and reach an audience and grow, or it is harder right now than 5 years ago?
Harder.
I think content creation is easier because you have more tools and access, but making quality content is harder.
Yeah,
when going above the average?
I think it's hard to say if it's really harder or easier. I think it's almost like a completely different game. Like, I agree with your point. Like, especially with the phones nowadays, everyone has the tool, the phone in hand to make good content. Like with the phones recording in 1080p, 60 FPS, things like that. You don't need to buy a lot of expensive equipment to make a good video for YouTube, so to speak. Or you can even go live on your phone on Twitch and stuff like that. On the other side, I would say it is harder because it's more saturated, but you also have more data, more insights to look back on the last 5-10 years of YouTube. So I think it's just almost like a completely different game, like when it comes to content creation.
More complex than before.
Yeah, just more complex. Like, it started out, people just did it as a hobby, and now it's evolved to something where people seriously get into it with the idea of making this like a career, and that's how they approach it. And first, when YouTube just became to be, it was a hobby for a lot of people, and the people got big, a lot of them because they were the first ones on the website and they learned and evolved with that. And now all these like years and years the first creators went through this like growing pains and the learning and everything, you can now catch up in a couple weeks with YouTube videos on just how to do it, and you're like brought up to speed in no time. And now it's more of like consistency issue, and then, like I said, this is more complex, I would say, with the data that you have and everything. So it's harder and difficult, but also a lot easier because you have tools and data and stuff like accessible at any given time for free.
Does that answer your question, Cypher?
Next question is, okay, I can understand your point, guys, and we can then say it is easier, okay, as a tools, as a structure, as to create content, it is easier, but we have a lot of people that are doing it. At the same time, when a lot of people do it, we have something that is called in the marketing world noise. There is a lot of noise in the market. You have a big amount of people streaming, creating content, and as I said the last podcast, there is always a Chinese or Asian guy that is better than you in what you do. So the fact is, how do you solve this problem? Like, there is a lot of noise in Twitch, on YouTube too, and you create content that other people create. How do you make your content unique or special or different?
Go for it, Jay. Putting the pressure back.
Yeah, he's got a good point. I think in terms of 5 years ago, there wasn't as many. I think the last 5 years, the average massive YouTuber has then gone on to be a little bit more mainstream. So you've got Ninja that has done the Ellen show. Creators like KSI have gone on to the music world and he's smashing it over. He did the YouTube boxing with Logan Paul, Jake Paul. So 5 years ago, nobody would have, I don't think anyone would have fathomed that this bubble would have got a bit bigger, because I think it's gone from, oh, you watch YouTube, but now YouTube is starting to become a lot more mainstream.
So would you say
that's yeah.
Sorry, are you done? Like, before I jump in.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, it's like the thought that keeps coming to my head is the pool before, it was harder to get in, so the effort was more grindy, so more physical, but now it's become more of your brain mental game, and the average pool has gotten bigger while the actual top elite pool did increase, but I don't think it increased at the same rate as the average pool. like I think 3 tiers: the high tier, medium, and low. The low ones become so much easier and colluded. The medium one, same thing almost, but the higher tier increased just a little bit compared to, you know, the other tiers. So it's easier to get in and land on the low or medium, but if you want to go to the high tier, it's harder than it was 5 years ago, I would say. Yeah.
Look.
Mm-hmm. I think the first thing you just have to, I think, accept that there are people doing the exact same thing that you're doing, and they're doing it better. And like you said, there probably always will be. I think what I think is probably the best way to differentiate yourself, because I mean you can only make content different to a certain extent, like just using and was yours like copyright thing, right? Like the content basically was the same because the quest required you to go from A to B before going to C. You couldn't just go from A to C. So everyone has to follow the same path. So there's people that will do the same thing because that's literally just how the content works, I guess. I think probably the best way to differentiate yourself would be like storytelling, making it more of your personality. Because there's like, you know, we're all a little bit different. Like even though people make the same content and everything, and the facts are gonna be the same across the board, but you can always give it a little bit of your own spin, your own personality. Turn yourself into almost the brand, like storytelling behind it, to get it a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That makes sense.
I have a thought on that one.
You're the
like, yeah, even like that, the troll and your core content was the same because it had to be. It's still 2 different pieces of content because of you guys' personality behind it.
Yeah, I like that. Have you guys seen the documentary from Netflix, The Social Dilemma? Came out this year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It came out not this year, the last week.
Last week?
Last week? Oh,
Yeah.
I have not seen that one. That was a different one.
Highly recommend it.
Amazon, but
you watched
it? It is actually quite interesting. Now addressing your point, Endwar, and your point, Luke, I would like to first of all make you a question. Okay, did the algorithm of YouTube and Twitch and a lot of other social media platforms change in the last 5 to 10 years? If yes, what changed? Like these platforms, what are they addressing right now? What is their objective?
I would say they changed. I think the algorithm changed. I remember like a big thing about YouTube was that, like several years back, maybe it was more than 5, they weren't as strict on that. The tags had to be like correlated to the video that you make. So you could use popular tags, slap them on your YouTube video, and it had a chance of ranking really high, even though it had nothing to do with it, you know? It's like people misusing hashtags on Instagram just to get likes, you know? And
oh yeah,
but,
I remember that, yeah.
And I think YouTube just has gotten more, I don't know, maybe a better better AI, whatever, or algorithm
UX
to realize.
Experience.
Yeah, I think it has improved.
UX, user experience, improve the user experience.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I think that's like one major change.
Okay.
I would say that happened for at least YouTube. What they're addressing right now, I feel like Twitch has a lot of things they should be addressing right now. Diversity. Twitch.
We will reach that point later. Now, Jaybur, please tell me your opinion. Same question.
YouTube. I'm not sure how long ago it was. I'm guessing it was less than 5 years ago. YouTube's algorithm changed, I reckon, when they were bought out by Google, or was it they affiliated with Google?
They both were bought out by Google.
Bought out by Google, yeah.
Yes. Alphabet.
Alphabet, yes, by Alphabet.
Get it right.
And then Twitch, Twitch. That came from Justin.tv, didn't it? So that's had some time to grow. As far as I'm aware, it was really the primary live streaming website at the time. All the others were just minions. YouTube weren't supporting live streaming. Mixer hadn't even been thought of. Facebook didn't even think of it at the time. And then all of a sudden it blew up because then creators were then getting quite big through Twitch.
Okay.
Through Twitch. And that's when other... I just think it's grown with the popularity of the people that have created content on it, I think. In my opinion. What is Mixer?
Okay. So, in your point of view, the things actually did change a lot in the last years, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I would say
I think it's improved,
They're subtle.
not necessarily
They're subtle.
changed.
Okay, so anything else to add, Endwar? They improved? Changed? What is the point?
I think the core objective did not change. Just the algorithm has improved.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And the further it becomes, of course, like, it has to start somewhere. So it starts with the creator's morale compass. And then it has become, its morale compass on the program, the algorithm, has become everybody's. It's kind of like the Truman Show. It's got...
Okay, so a personalized algorithm, right?
Yeah, it has become more personal.
Okay, that's totally true from the the marketing platform standpoint. The system became actually a lot more personalized. It is for YouTube, it is for Twitch, it is for e-commerce, it is for every major site that is trying to sell you something. They want to know what you like. Now, on this point, in the last 5 years, not only the algorithm and the user experience improved, but what really changed is that every single platform is trying to achieve something. They want something from you. Something that right now, especially for the ads, it is very, very valuable. It is not your money because they achieve money with that. They earn money with that. It is your attention. They want to reach your attention. Now, as Endwar said very smartly earlier, I would say that we have 3 tiers if we want to be very generous, but in reality we have 4 tiers. We have the small creators, the medium creators, the big creators, and the whales, okay? When you reach the platform, like in the real world, who has the money? Like, the majority of the money is in the 1%, right? The same happens with Twitch and YouTube and every single platform. You will see, as a new content creator, as a new user, only the whales. Why is that?
They're the dream.
They're taking up most of the viewership.
Why? Why are they taking most of the viewership? Like, it is because of the algorithm? Is this because of, like, their content is just too good? What is the reason?
No, I would.
Grinding their asses off, I think. Isn't it? They're grinding.
Yeah, I would say, and it's almost like probably the same as on Twitch, right? Like, people don't go on the second, third, or fourth side of streamers. They look at the first, second one. They see high numbers, so high numbers is like, oh, it must be good because there's a lot of people. Some creators, I feel like, have something similar to seniority. They were the first, and therefore it gave them somewhat of an advantage. Yeah, I would say numbers, the whales, it's just everyone knows them. So you get recommended the whales. You usually don't get recommended, another creator that just started.
Jaybur, you agree with Luke? It is the numbers?
I think it's I think partly, yeah, it is the numbers. But I think it's, for some of the top guys in the streaming and content creation world in general, some of them have grinded so much over the last.
So you think it is a result of their effort, right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
And
what
some creative.
The question was, why does YouTube prioritize the big whales?
Why does every platform prioritize the big whales? Because that's a fact.
Yeah, I think it's because their retain value is higher. Plus, I mean, they bring you here. You become sort of a safety net. If the big whale doesn't get you, hopefully one of the medium or lower ones will, and it keeps going down until hopefully something catches you. But usually, you'll probably be catched by the big whale.
That's actually that's the real actual reason why the algorithm works like that, because a sheep lot of people is watching that content. So the average viewer will probably like that content. If they will not, the idea of the creator of the algorithm is basically, if I don't know, Asmongold can't actually make you stay on the platform, no one will with the same content. Okay, that's the idea behind it. So if you don't like Asmongold playing World of Warcraft, like I don't know who will. That's the idea.
Right. Okay.
So when we speak about retention, the real point is that like monies make money. Okay, if you have money, you can make money. If you are rich, you will become richer, not poorer, generally speaking. The same goes with communities and platforms. If you have a lot of people, you will receive a lot more people every day than everyone else in the platform combined. So a big channel will always stay a big channel, except if they fuck up and do something stupid like nudity or racism or stuff like that. But in general, they will always stay big whales.
Wasn't there, just because you mentioned it, until they fuck up, I thought an interesting example was, you guys seen the YouTube channel Leafy, right? The guy who made the 9 YouTube, well, he's not there anymore. The guy who made the 9 YouTube videos about Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had I think almost he had 4.5 million subscribers on YouTube, and YouTube banned his channel for cyberbullying. And then last week, when Pokemon came back to Twitch, Twitch banned his Twitch channel also for just cyberbullying, abuse, and things like that. So he got permanently banned from YouTube and Twitch. I thought was an interesting example of he's big. He has 4.5 million subscribers on YouTube, and then he didn't just make one video about Pokemon, like bullying, making fun. He made 9 in a row. And YouTube saw that as a mess up and just took that channel and threw it out the window.
That's the idea. It's like if you are rich AF and you do something stupid like robbing a bank, if you fuck up one time, you are out. You are out of the game. That's it.
Yeah. Poisonous whale. Cancerous whale.
Now, the last question, of course, is the hardest and the longest one. Now, knowing that every single creator, not only the small ones, the middle ones, or the big ones, but almost everyone that is not a big whale will have a hard time, how would you grow a channel to the 1,000 and over it?
We have 6 minutes to answer that question, boys. So let's get cracking.
Okay, I'll just throw it out there. In regards to YouTube, I would start. I would probably just go like the classic route, growing a channel. Start small, find videos, keywords, topics that are somewhat searched, You know, you need at least some search volume that are not high competed for. Grow an audience, connect with the audience, tell your story. You know, like create a bond between you and your audience, and grow from there. Short.
I have an analogy. It'll take 60 seconds. You ready?
Oh, you take it. You'd literally taken up like 1/6 of the whole time we have left. It better be good.
It'll be good. Look at you two sort of like a teenager. Your first job, right? You're gonna go do pizza. You're gonna go do lawn mowing. You're gonna chop people's lawns and grass. Maybe pick up trash and get paid. Maybe your parents pay you. YouTube at first is gonna be that. Just do any kind of video you feel passionate about, and then you play around with it. You have your parents that will tell you, you don't want to do it, just come home, do something else, and do your homework. But if you want to go higher than that, you got to go to McDonald's. You got to go do a shitty job. And that's when you need to, that separates, like, not shitty by definition, but you will have to go through that. For example, when Cypher first met me, I was doing all sorts of crap. Japanese, Portuguese, fetching like, I don't know, 8, 12 videos a week, some crazy crap. I was having fun, but I was getting burned out. I was not going anywhere. I was shooting blanks, literally, all over the place, right? But once it got, tunneled, more specific, you narrow it, and sometimes you have to do a narrow that you don't like. Maybe you don't want to stop doing this, but you have to if you want to stop working at McDonald's, it becomes a little more serious. You have to evolve, or you can just stay there if you want to. I think you eventually would probably reach it, but sometimes they are dead ends, I think. I think the saying of, you can become whatever you want in life, it's true, technically.
But you have to know the road very, very well.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go way around it. You can't go straight. I'm done.
Jaybur?
Sorry, that took 2 minutes.
I think I'm doing that myself. I'm doing that myself now, and I think what it is exactly what Endwar said. Yeah, like in any industry, any job you do, if you want to progress, you have to do the crap jobs first. You have to grind your arse off and do the stuff you don't want to do. I think I don't like this word. Networking helps.
There's an article on the website about that.
Yes, GermanLukAcademy.com.
Hit the subscribe button.
But yeah, I think you have to build up relationships with people in order to grow. If you told me 6-7 months ago, when I was watching Luke, that we'd be doing this whole project together, the website, I probably would have laughed at you. But
it's interesting the way we came.
That's true.
Yeah, you have to zone in on something that you like doing, and sometimes you have to do some stuff that you don't like doing.
Yeah.
But you just have to keep going, I fully believe nobody got to where they are today without, working hard. Obviously you get the people that buy bots, but yeah, I mean it's a grind, and as Gary V says, embrace the journey. Embrace the journey. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's all about trial and error as well.
That's your face,
head.
I suppose. Yeah.
That's your head.
Honestly, guys, I would then close this podcast telling 2 pills that I think are very, very important to explain to everyone that wants to try to do this, and it will take me not more than 1 minute. The first pill is that, speaking about what Jaybur said, you have to grind, you have to work your ass off to achieve that. I honestly think that only that is absolute bullshit. If you do only that, you will not achieve anything. If just working hard would actually have give you money and opportunities. Every single Japanese worker or Chinese worker that works more than 15 hours a day, they would be all billionaires. Only working hard is bullshit. Don't work hard, work smart. By the way, this is my citation. You can find it on the free PDF on our site. Watch it. And the second point is, as I said, there is a shitload of noise in the market right now. If you want to start, you have to probably grind for 2-3 years without seeing one single penny, and only investing time and effort in this project without the assurance that you will reach something with this project.
Right.
Do you want to be sure to reach something? You have to think of this as a real freaking business. What do I mean? You have to invest money. Not only time, you have to invest money. If you have 5,000-10,000 euros to actually invest in ads, to invest in advertisement, in data, in emails, in content like that, I can assure you, even if you have shit content, you will grow as a content creator. Because people will see you, you will be noisier than other people. And as I said, not always good quality will win. A lot of time, people just have to see you. If you are selling cars for free, basically gifting them, if no one knows that you are gifting them, you will not gift even one single car. They have to know that you are creating content for them, for a specific niche, and probably invest some money, because there is too many people that is doing that. And if you want to be the one, the big one, the whale, you have to invest. That's how it is right now.
Amen.
I agree.
Preach. Let's go. Where do I pay my tithing? Okay, guys. Appreciate it. See you
Streaming Live
next
Academy!
week. See you next week. That was beautiful.